Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. There we go. All right, everything's up and working. Hey there, Ruben. Hello, Liam. And Big Mantis. What did you guys think of, I guess, day one of Summer Game Fest? Which are your the big games that you thought were really cool? That's what we're here to talk about. And while I'm waiting for you guys to answer, I'm going to tweet this out. Publish. Confirm. Suppose I should probably click on the share button and copy and close. And tweet. Oh, and I should update Discord. All right. Big Mantis, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. You know, I was talking to somebody was on 143 Pixels with me. And they were mentioning that they really liked a DLC from Borderlands 2, I think it was. Like, they were a big fan of that. And let me change the background. My background is super blue, and it's like making everything very blue looking. So let me fix something real quick. We'll go with, yeah, that's a little more neutral of a color. All right. Like, their favorite DLC was this Borderlands 2 DLC. I think it was 2, and it was basically like D&D in Borderlands, featuring Tiny Tina, and so this is not a Borderlands game, though. This is just inspired by Borderlands, but more like spells and sword and sorcery kind of thing. That sounds really cool. I mean, they didn't show us anything from it, really. We didn't get to see what gameplay was like, but definitely interested in it. Elden Ring looks awesome. I mean, if you're somebody who likes that genre, Elden Ring does look awesome. I'm not going to argue with you there, but I'm not excited about that one because I'm just going to get my tail kicked over and over and over. Yeah, I'm not, honestly, as I was watching this, I didn't even pay attention to which platforms the games were on. I'll get them on whichever platforms they happen to be on, and if they're on Stadia, I'll play them on Stadia. But if they're not on Stadia, then I'll play them wherever they happen to be. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. That was it. Okay. Well, they were pretty specific that this is not a Borderlands game, but I'm assuming it's just a flavor. Like it's gonna play like Borderlands, but it's a flavor of Borderlands, if that makes sense. But we'll see. I didn't know that the lady from Mythic Quest was in the Borderlands games before. I just knew her from Mythic Quest. So Lloyd and I applied for E3 to be able to co-stream E3 stuff. They said no. They said I had to prove that I had a relationship with the owner of my YouTube channel, and so I replied. I was like, I'm the owner. I don't know how I'm supposed to prove that I work for that person because I am that person. So Lloyd and I have been talking about it, and what we'll probably end up doing is when we are able to, we will go live after the big announcements and like discuss the big announcements, but we won't be able to co-stream the big announcements. Yeah, yes, Ruben, a relationship, a professional relationship. Mythic Quest is pretty good. It has some really good episodes, and it has some pretty terrible episodes, and it has some episodes in the middle. It's not consistently great, but some of the episodes are so great that it's worth wading through the not so great stuff. If that makes sense. The quarantine episode of Mythic Quest is unbelievably good. All right, so okay, Hell Monkey says that anyone excited for Lost Ark from Amazon Games. I kind of am, although all of Amazon games are PC games, and I want to use a controller. I don't want to use mouse and keyboard, so it really depends on whether or not that is a mouse and keyboard or a controller-focused game. But Lost Ark looks pretty cool. It's a top-down action RPG, like Diablo style, comes out this fall. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's very interesting to me. I always I always like ARPGs. Like those are always kind of my jam. Hey Victor, what's up? But yeah, I think that game looks cool. But if it's a mouse and keyboard game, then I'm out. I will say, all right, so I'm going to just start going through the list of things, and if there's a game that you definitely want to talk about that you're super excited about, then, say so in chat. And let's start with, obviously, we were just talking about Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I think that looks great. This one totally surprised me, came completely out of nowhere. I had no idea that they were making a game like this, and I never would have predicted a game like this, and that's Metal Slug Tactics. A top-down, isometric view, tactical RPG featuring Metal Slug art style and Metal Slug characters. Yes, please? That's so cool. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I'm excited for that game. So Chris, can someone please explain to me the Death Stranding thing? Well, all right. You know what, Chris? I don't really have a super good explanation of it because I haven't played Death Stranding. But This is them finding a way to sell you a game more than once. And look, I give Nintendo a pass on selling a game more than once a lot of times. This one, I'm not going to give them a pass because the game just came out, 2 years ago? And now they're selling the director's cut. And you know what? If you already bought the game, I say pass on it. Don't buy the director's cut because it's not going to be that much different than the original. And honestly, like, I have absolutely 100% zero interest in Death Stranding. I didn't have interest in Death Stranding the first time that they showed it to us, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And then after everybody said it's a walking simulator where you have to carry a baby around, I was like, okay, I'm out. And there's legions of people who have loyalty to Kojima. They just love everything that Kojima does. And that's fine. I mean, if you are a huge fan of Kojima, then I'm all for it. Congratulations to you. Jump in with both feet. I have no nostalgia for the Metal Slug series outside of the original, not Metal Slug, Metal Gear, outside of the original Metal Gear game on the Nintendo Entertainment System, which the rest of the series has nothing to do with that. So I don't really care about that. I did think it was funny that he was like hiding in a box. I thought, okay, that's pretty clever, but I don't care. I don't know if the oranges were a callback, but the box was a callback because Snake in the Metal Gear games like hides under a box. But you know, the cool thing about video games today is that we have so many games to play that we can skip giant games like Death Stranding and not really miss it. Like, I don't feel like I missed out at all on that. And I've heard good things about it. Like, I know that there's people that I've talked to that love that game, but I don't care. And I can miss that and move on because there's so many games to play. But yeah, Death Stranding director's cut. Cool, I guess. And Ruben is confirming the thing that people say. It's like lots and lots of walking. Yeah, don't drop the baby. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor and click on the like button, it tells everybody that this is a stream worth watching, and I would really appreciate it. All right. And then there was so back to Metal Slug Tactics. Is anybody here interested in checking out Metal Slug Tactics? I think that game looks really, really fun. I'm definitely interested in it. Almost reminiscent of Advance Wars a little bit. So I'm interested to see how the game actually plays. Like, I'm curious if it's more like Final Fantasy Tactics or more like Advance Wars. I would say it looked like it was more like Final Fantasy Tactics than Advance Wars, but, you know, only time will tell. We only got to see a little bit of it. You're excited for Evil Dead Supreme Slice? I felt like Evil Dead was... Well, first off, I felt like Bruce Campbell's read for Evil Dead was the most... low effort. Like, he was just like, oh, you guys are going to pay me to read a blurb? Okay, I'll read a blurb. Oh, what just happened? Okay, that was weird. That was weird. How many games do you think will come to Stadia from the event? I don't know. I'm sure some of them will. I'm sure some of the games will. But I don't know. As far as Evil Dead looked like it was a Dead by Daylight clone, which is fine. But I mean, you already got Dead by Daylight. So I don't know how, like, I'm not excited for it. But then again, I'm not a huge Dead by Daylight fan. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't, like, I never play it. So I'm not excited for it. And I felt like the goriness, or just like the blood splatter in the Evil Dead game, a little over the top. Like, just a little bit. What got you super excited, Bill, or was there nothing yet? Okay, so I will say, all right, I'm looking through my list of things. Boy, there wasn't a lot that got me super excited. Okay, Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. I can't wait for that game. I've been watching that for a bit now, and for those of you that don't know, it's based on the books by R.A. Salvatore, where that follows Drizzt Do'Urden, Brunar Battlehammer, Catti-brie, and Wulfgar, you know, in their adventures through the lands of Dungeons and Dragons. And I loved those books. I haven't read all of them because, I don't know, there's like 30 of the books in the series, and it just got to be too much to keep up with. But that game looks like a lot of fun multiplayer, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm not going to have to buy it. I can just play it, which is very cool. And yeah, Lloyd, you're right about it's Evil Dead. It's supposed to be over the top. I get it. I was just like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. But that's the game that probably got me the most excited of the whole list. And then there was Tribes of Midgar, which was this multiplayer cel-shaded Viking themed ARPG, I think, with building and crafting. That looks really cool. Oh yeah, and Hellmonkey just mentioned it. And Geek the Sneak really likes Drizzt. That's awesome. Hellmonkey, that's what I said. So-and-so will back you up. I don't understand. But I'm guessing if it has crossplay between PC and Xbox, I'm guessing that and Lloyd, maybe you're not interested in this game, but I'm guessing our D&D group might jump in a little bit with Dark Alliance, because Dark Alliance looks awesome to me. I'm assuming that you're excited about it because you liked the other Dark Alliance games. Oh, Evil Dead being Dead by Daylight. Right. Let's see. What else was there? So there were 2 Left 4 Dead clones. There was Anacrusis, and then there was another Left 4 Dead clone, Back 4 Blood. I mean, Back 4 Blood even, like, is stealing the number 4 as a 4 in... Let me turn this down a little. In the title, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, it clearly is a Left 4 Dead clone, and then to put 4 in the title with a 4 is a little too much. But there's 2 Left 4 Dead clones. I hope they don't come out near each other, because that means one will succeed and the other will fail. Lost Ark. Which one was Lost Ark? Oh yeah, that's the ARPG. I thought that one looked cool. The original, which one, Lloyd? Are the original Left 4 Dead devs making Anacrusis, or are they the ones making Back 4 Blood? Karate Guy Joe, anybody feeling that Battlefield trailer? I thought, look, I mean, I felt like the trailer was good. It doesn't make me want to play the game, though. They didn't show me gameplay. And, you know, for a lot of these games, they didn't show gameplay. I don't get excited about games that don't show gameplay. That's like my biggest gripe with most of the things that we saw, was that we saw very little gameplay. It was cutscene after cutscene, pre-render after pre-render, which is very, very irritated. Sorry, Gem. I know that you work hard on your game, but I don't care about Battlefield. The last Battlefield, okay, the only Battlefield game that I played was Battlefield 1942. I really liked it. But my problem with the Battlefield games is that, and it's kind of the same with Call of Duty. Like, I watch people play them, and they're shooting at people who are so far away. The time to kill always feels too fast to me. Like, if somebody shoots me, I don't like that I get killed instantaneously. And I know that that's not realistic. I understand that that's realism that they're going for when you have a very fast time to kill. But I have no time to react. When somebody sees me from across the map and snipes me, that's no fun to me. So any games that have a very fast time to kill, I'm already not super excited about. And then to charge $70 for a multiplayer only game, I think that that's asking too much, in my opinion. Hang on, I'm getting text messages. I gotta look. Oh, okay. I did think it was a cool trailer, though. Like, there's no denying that that was a cool trailer. Like, the moment that everybody's memeing about, where he hops out of his jet, shoots the guy with a rocket launcher, and then lands back in the jet. Cool. That was cool. I know it's an indie, so I'll play your game, Jen. Hey, Gem, I'm going to play it because it's on Game Pass for 10 days, but I won't buy it. Sorry. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll play it, and I'll be like, okay, well, I got my 10 days in, and now I want to play some more, so I'm going to have to pay for it. Yeah, I understand the gameplay trailers on Sunday. That bothered me. And I'm not saying that you made the decision, Gem, but to have an hour-long countdown to a 5-minute trailer that didn't show any gameplay was probably the most EA thing that I've ever seen EA do. I found that super annoying. But it was a cool trailer. I loved, like, the tornado and stuff. That was cool. And I know you can't tell us, but I'm curious as to, like, what is the reasoning behind that? The only way that they could have made it more EA is if they had a microtransaction to unlock the trailer early. Sorry, Gem. I know you worked on the game, but I don't like some stuff. All right. Oh, you know what? You know what game surprised me? Well, it didn't surprise me. But a game that I recently played, and I didn't really like. I played it once before on my phone, and I was like, it's okay. I never thought about that. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Jem. I never thought about that. You were not you, but you know, your company. They knew that people would thumbs down on the countdown, and then it wouldn't get as many thumbs down. Ugh, I don't like that. Anyway, like I was saying, Shoot, I don't remember what I was saying. Does anybody remember what I was talking about before Jem dropped a knowledge bomb on me? I can't. Oh yeah. So this weekend, one of our regular D&D members was busy, and so we decided to play Among Us instead. And I was really surprised at how fun that game was. So when they were showing off like the new modes in Among Us, I thought that was really cool. Like the hide and seek mode, that's awesome. I also like, I'm curious about the new characters, the sheriff and the scientist. Are those literally just like hats you can wear, or is that like a different job to do? I think it's a different job to do, which I'm very curious about that. And I know it's a popular game, but when like it's not something that builds a lot of hype. KB, I am completely uninterested in your trolling. So you've been warned. All right? You've been warned. And I know you haven't done anything yet, but you've done a lot of trolling in the past. Okay? HD remake of Bad Company 2. I don't think I ever played Bad Company. Oh, what about Overwatch 2? Being 5v5. It was 6v6 before, correct? Oh, it's a Battlefield game. Okay, that's why I didn't know it. Overwatch 2 being a 5v5 game versus a 6v6 game. Does that mean that Overwatch 1 is now going to be a 5v5? Because like the whole thing with Overwatch 2 is they were saying Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, they're the same player base. So like the whole game has been balanced around 6v6 and now suddenly it's 5v5. That's so weird to me. Oh, and a Hungry Moogle, you just brought up a really good point. What about all the people who have like teams? Like you got this team of 6 people that you're always playing with. Like these are your friends. You play with them all the time. Come in, and then you got to cut somebody. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So they're gonna have to kick people off their teams, which is really weird. I can't imagine, like, what is the reasoning behind that? It's such a strange thing to do. See, I didn't know it was 5v5. I never occurred to me. I never paid attention, that close of attention to it. And then when they said it during the stream today, I was kind of taken aback. I was really surprised. Karate Guy Joe, did you see the Apex update today? It's going to go very badly. No, I didn't see it. I was at work all day, and then I watched Summer Game Fest, and so I have no idea about that. Yeah, Lloyd, you're absolutely right. I'm sure it's from years and years of data and metrics. Well, so somebody tell me what the Apex news was. Um, and while we're waiting for people to say that, the Smite Stranger Things crossover is very cool. I really, really like Smite. It is a really fun game. I'm a huge fan of that game. And the idea that they're bringing in Stranger Things stuff is very cool. I don't know what like I can see the Demogorgon. I could see 11. I can see like that group of people that 11 was working with for a little bit of time coming into the game. But like everybody else, what are their abilities? Like is Will's mom gonna string Christmas lights across thing and trip people? How did I feel about Monster Hunter? I mean, I haven't played the first one, so for those of you who don't know, Monster Hunter has like two tracks now. There's Monster Hunter, like the core Monster Hunter gameplay, and then there's the Pokemon style Monster Hunter, which I can't remember what it's called, gameplay, where you like collect monsters and they fight for you and stuff like that. I haven't played the first one. I'm not really interested in the second one. If I'm going to play Monster Hunter, it's going to be like Monster Hunter Rise. That game is amazing. Wavebreak is going to more platforms, which will be nice. I was so excited for Wavebreak. I love the art style. I love the audio design. I love everything about that, except for I was just too terrible at it. So, I mean, cool that Wavebreak is going to get more hype for them, but I don't care. I don't like that game. It just isn't a game for me. It's a good game. It's just not it's not a game for me. But not every game has to be for me. Metal Slug Tactics, that Journey-like game coming to Switch from Apple Arcade 2. Metal Slug Tactics is a Switch game? I didn't know that. Or like it was already out? I must have missed it. Hey there, J-Star. It surprises you to see twin stick shooters and isometric action games. Thanks, Karate Joe guy. Karate Guy Joe, for supporting. It surprises you to see them make a resurgence in popularity. It doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Oh, somebody asked you what you were excited for. So you were excited for Metal Slug Tactics. Me too. The Journey-like game coming to Switch from Apple Arcade 2. The Journey-like game. I'm not sure which game that is. Is that Sable? Was that Sable? Because Sable, all I wrote down when I was looking at this was Sable. Love the art style. And I don't remember which one that was. Maker of Chaos, just because they didn't say these games are coming to Stadia doesn't mean that they're not coming to Stadia. You got to remember, Stadia is a new platform. Some of these may take longer to make their ports over. I'm not worried. And even if they, if a game doesn't come to Stadia, then I'll play it on another platform. I'm fine with that. But then again, I've never been somebody who's been all in on one platform. Sable's the one going to Switch. Okay. Stupid Rabbit says the Google TV is awesome. So many people have told me Stadia is no bueno because they need a CPU and a controller. This is a huge change. Well, I mean the problem with that, and I don't know, maybe it won't be a problem with Stadia, but like whenever I played GeForce Now, on my NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. This thing has, you know, it uses Bluetooth to connect like an Xbox controller to it, and then it can play an Xbox game, or not an Xbox game, like my GeForce Now game on my TV. I always felt latency. With Stadia, I don't really feel latency. And if people are going to play Stadia without a Stadia controller, I worry that they're going to feel that latency that I feel when I use GeForce Now. But only time will tell. Notice that I've got this out because as soon as we get that update, I'm replacing my Chromecast Ultra with this. Well, Maker of Chaos, I mean, why are you pre-ordering the games? There's no reason to pre-order. You could just wait and buy them later. You could say, all right, well, I'm not going to buy your game right now. I'm going to wait and see if it comes to other platforms. And then when you get closer to the release date, then you can buy those games. Nobody says you have to pre-order right now. You don't get anything from it. I mean, maybe you might get like a skin in the game, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a difference. Sky Children of Lights from that game company? Boy, I don't think I even noticed that in the video. It must have been something that snuck by me. I mean, that's fair, Maker of Chaos. And Hellmonkey is saying pre-ordering gets you some stuff sometimes, but I argue that most of the time that stuff isn't really worth the uncertainty. That's a great game, J-Star. I loved Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's been a long-running mobile game. Well, you know what? I've got my phone right here. I'm going to look for it because I'm curious what it's like. So, Sky Children of the Lights, because I have Apple Arcade. And I'm just curious what it's like. Sky Children of the Lights. Karate Guy Joe, thank you again for the support. And now he's sending in a super chat, which I don't have set up. So I'll just do this. Actually, let me do this. Do not disturb for 1 hour. Now my alerts should not come through. Show? Nope. There we go. All right, so he says, before on DDoS attacks on Apex, everybody but the hackers would get kicked, and the hackers could casually kill the AFKs. The update detects attack and then kicks everyone. Server sabotage coming. The update detects the attack and then kicks everyone. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it sucks that it kicks everyone. But it's nice that it doesn't just kick the people who aren't doing anything, that aren't misbehaving. You know what I mean? Hey, Grace, how's it going? Grace, what was some of your favorite stuff from the from Summer Game Fest's announcements today? And Grace, since you're here, why don't you drop the link to your Twitch stream in chat? She's fun to watch. I forget the name of it. It's something about avocados. Guac. Something guac. Hold the guac. Just the guac. Extra guac. Extra guac. I can't remember. Grace says, is it boring to say Elden Ring looks effing awesome? No, I mean, that's the game that you're most excited about. I mean, for me, I don't care about it, not because I don't think it looks great, but because I think that I would be terrible at it and I wouldn't be able to get good, as the kids say. Thank you very much, Jem. You're not self-advertising. I'm telling people to go see your stuff because I like it. That's different. When will Chair Studios make a sequel to Shadow Complex? Oh man, that was a really cool game. Like that was that side-scrolling shooter with the really great graphics, and like there was depth to it as well. Like you could shoot into the background. 123 Devil. What time is it in my country? It's 4:38 p.m. Shadow Complex was cool. I played it on my Xbox 360. 123 Devil. I answered your question. You don't need to ask a question more than once. If I don't answer it, then it's because I decided not to answer it. Evil Dead and Elden Ring both look really good. I know yeah, it's not my type of game, and if I'm going to play that kind of game, I'll probably just stick with Dead by Daylight. But Elden Ring looks very, very promising if you are a fan of that genre. Yeah, I bet you it's got to be backwards compatible, unlike the Burger King game, Lloyd. Karate Guy Joe says Epic gave it away for free on PC. Gave what away? Any big expectations for E3? I got to be honest. I think Nintendo is going to is going to show off Breath of the Wild 2. Oh yeah, Control is free today. Yep. Will Wave Riders have crossplay since it's moving to different platforms? You know, I don't know if it has crossplay. I don't know how robust the multiplayer is because I was so bad at the single player that I never even bothered to play the multiplayer because it was just too frustrating of a game to play. Let's see. J-Star says, I think Nintendo will be the dominant conversation after E3. It depends on what they do. It really depends on what they do. Like, if Nintendo drops Breath of the Wild 2, then yeah, I absolutely agree. It's going to be the big deal. Jeff Carrier says, expectation for direct touch if it happens mobile controls on Terraria, for example. I think that would be a great thing. Yeah, I'm really hoping for Breath of the Wild 2. I think it's going to be a big deal. It's my favorite. The first one's my favorite game of all time. Karate Guy Joe says, I feel like Stadia should walk into E3 like they own the joint. It's my actual background. Like, see, here's my Xbox controller. I don't know, Karate Guy Joe. It depends on what they have to announce. If they don't have anything to announce, then you don't want to show up and say, hey, everybody, look at us. And then we don't have anything to talk about. Andy, will I be covering the Olympic game coming to Stadia, hyping up for the real-life Olympics? I mean, maybe. Depends on if it's a game that I, would enjoy. When I first saw it, I said to myself, I don't really care about that. But then on the other hand, somebody said, well, it probably plays more like a bunch of mini games, which that's much more interesting to me than a sports game. Yeah, well, I mean, Gem, to be fair, Blizzard tends to keep their stuff for their own announcements for their own times. You know what I mean? Who's your favorite hero in Overwatch, Grace? I love Sombra. She's great. The fact that she can go invisible and make it so people can't do stuff is really fun. My gaming room is a little like this area right here is a little cluttered because this is my camera bag and I've been taking my camera places and learning how to use it, and I just got this the other day. This is a digital recorder that I can take with me to work. I can't get my camera to focus on it. Come on, focus. Anyway, it's a digital recorder that I can take to work. That way I can set my camera up. I can record a lesson during one of my free periods, and then I have that lesson available to put online for my students. The background's blurry. That's because I have a nice camera. It's supposed to be blurry. It separates me from the background. You like Zenyatta and Zarya. Zarya is the Russian one, right? The tank with the bubbles and the shields. And then Zenyatta is the robot that has that shoots like a ball at people. Adam Johnson, whatever happened to Nintendo's mobile strategy? What was the last game, the Mario Kart World Tour game? I think so. And but Mario Kart's like not done with that. They're like they just did like a microtransaction for like dressing Mario and Peach and Bowser up in bride and groom costumes. Grace Yang, the Overwatch team, talking about the cinematics, they need to make a movie. They should absolutely make an Overwatch movie. They should not hire like a movie studio to make it. They should just make it themselves because nobody does that stuff as well as Blizzard. Crow Resin, Reaper, and Widowmaker are my mains. You haven't played in a long time. I haven't played in ages either. I'll probably end up buying... I'm not going to buy Overwatch 1 again, but when Overwatch 2 comes out, I'll end up buying that. Not for PC, though. I'll get it for console. Oh, my God. Gem, I love Brigitte. Sorry, I said it wrong. She's amazing. One, two, three, Devil. Can I tell which country you are from? No. Your English is pretty good, so there's that. But, you don't need to ask questions more than once. If I want to answer it, I'll answer it. Okay? Let's see. You were disappointed when you found out Warcraft was live action, but you still enjoyed the movie. I know a lot of people hate on that movie. I love that movie. I think it's great. And I'm disappointed that they probably won't make any more. I would really like to see them continue like the story of the orcs versus the humans throughout the entire franchise and just keep making more movies or make a TV show. Is anybody hyped for Salt and Sacrifice? I know there's a lot of people who like Souls-like games like Elden Ring. Salt and Sacrifice looks like that kind of game for you guys. I know a buddy of mine who loves Souls-like games, like Salt and Sanctuary is like his favorite one of those games. Karate Guy Joe, is an Apex fan, I'd like to see Netflix do an animated series. I don't know that I don't. This is a weird thing. I love the Overwatch cutscene stuff. I could not care less about the Apex stuff. I feel like their characters aren't as interesting, or maybe they're just not as good at world building as Blizzard is. Yeah, I think you're right about the like if you add up all those cutscenes, it's over. It's feature film length, but it's not like a continuous thread. And you know, the thing I'm most excited about for Overwatch 2 is the single player story stuff. I think that that's going to be really fun. Crow Resin says the rumor that was that Netflix was going to do a Diablo series as well, but I never heard that it's still happening. I mean, there were rumors that Netflix was going to do a Legend of Zelda show as well. That never materialized. It probably won't either. Oh, Lost Ark is an MMO? I thought it was just an ARPG. So a top-down isometric MMO. I know that there are MMOs like that out there, but I've never played one of them. And I've played tons of MMOs. MMOs are my jam. Oh, no, that's not true. I did. I played the Marvel one. Lloyd, I know you played it too. What was the Marvel? There's the Marvel MMO. What is the name of that? Marvel Heroes. Marvel Heroes. Oh, my God. Ultima Online. Yeah, I played another top-down MMO. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Ultima and Marvel Heroes, both top-down MMOs. I loved both those games. Hell, I have the cloth map that came with Ultima Online on my wall over there. Sacred was a top-down MMO. I never played that one. All right, here's my question for all of you. Grace has never played an MMO. Which one should she start with? That's a big question. For me, the battle royale that I like the most would be Apex. Lloyd says, wow. You do have to pay a monthly fee to play World of Warcraft. Okay, Grace, here's a question for you. Do you really like story in your games? Like, are you big into story, or is story unimportant to you? Okay, so if you don't really care about story, then I would not play Final Fantasy XIV. It's a great game, The story's great, but I don't know that I'd play that. I would say World of Warcraft, or you know what, Elder Scrolls Online. You can play that one for free, no subscription. You can play it on PC. You can play it on Stadia. I would not play it on console, only because they don't have crossplay with PC. But Elder Scrolls Online is really, really good, and they constantly have like free weekends and stuff. Like, not free weekends. What's the word I'm thinking of? They constantly have discounts is the thing that I was looking for. One, two, three, devil. I'm gonna be honest. You're kind of annoying me. So relax, man. I'll play a game when I feel like playing a game. Right now we're talking about games. If you look at the thumbnail, it said let's talk about games. Guild Wars 2 requires no, you have to, yeah, you don't have to buy anything to play Guild Wars 2. That's a really good game if you are if you are mostly a PC player. The Blackwood expansion just came out. So let me ask you guys a question about Blackwood. Like, if Grace hasn't played the game, like, is the Blackwood expansion like the other expansions where you can start from level 1 in there? Honestly, you know what, Grace? I don't think you should play an MMO because you're just going to get hooked on it. You won't play anything else. You're just going to be stuck playing it all the time. That's how it works with MMOs. Once you start playing one of those, you can't play other things. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so ESO would be a good one with that new expansion. But you can jump in with the free stuff and play the older stuff. I mean, if you're going to ask me what to choose between Elder Scrolls Online and World of Warcraft, I would pick World of Warcraft. I think it's a more fun game. But they're both really, really good. They're also incredibly different. I prefer to play Elder Scrolls Online for only one reason: controller support. We need our blog. That's right. Grace is all done making blog posts. Now all she does is play World of Warcraft. ESO is the one that I recommend the most or the one that I play the most because of the controller support. World of Warcraft, I think, is a better MMO, but it doesn't have controller support, so I don't play it anymore. Well, that didn't work. How come it didn't work? Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, okay, so Grace, now that you've decided on playing trying World of Warcraft, are you going to be the Alliance or the Horde? It's a big question. And there's no wrong answer because they're both great. Yeah, Jem, there was mention of controller support, like in the... There was rumors that they were going to bring it in, but they never did. Ken or Ryu? Please, Ryu. That's not even a question. Crow Resin, that's right. They did just release Burning Crusade stuff. So Grace, the alliance are humans, dwarves, elves, and gnomes, and then other stuff that you wouldn't know what that is. And then the horde are like orcs and trolls and the undead and what's the fourth one from the original? Oh, and the Tauren, which are giant cow people. Both are awesome. Karate Guy Joe. I always want to call you Karate Joe Guy. Andy, does WoW have a good and engaging story in your opinion? If it's there for you to discover, but you can easily ignore it if you want. Do I play anything on mobile? Jeff Carrier, yeah, I have an Apple-based YouTube channel. If you just search for Bill Fairchild on YouTube, you'll find me there. But my favorite mobile game right now is this one right here, if I can find it. This game right here. Where is it? Here it comes. Any moment now. Sping. I love this game. Ken was a bad palette swap they were forced to flesh out. and I also like Evil Ryu more than I like Ryu. Candy Crush. Oh yeah, Candy Crush is my jam. By the way, just so you guys know, I know that we were talking about Summer Game Fest, but I think we kind of talked about most of the most interesting stuff. I got like 5 minutes before I wrap up the stream. It was going to be a quick stream today. Who else is excited for Tribes of Midgar? I think that game looks fantastic. That's the multiplayer cel-shaded isometric Viking ARPG. I think it looks great. Candy Crush. You'd rather play Valheim, I think. I would rather play Valheim if it had good controller support. I love Valheim, but it has the controller support's terrible, and it's painful to play because of WASD. Oh, it's the same developer as Over the Top. Wait. Oh, SMG Studios? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Tribes of Midgar. I think Tribes of Midgar looks great. Endless Dungeon, like that isometric multiplayer tower defense game, that also looks really cool. Now, tomorrow, Devil, I timed you out because you just kept asking the same questions over and over, and I didn't feel like answering them. So, if you want to, look, here's the thing. I tend to ignore people who act like children. Don't act like a child. Okay? Suma. Greetings from Europe. Well, greetings. See you later, Lloyd. Have a good one, man. E3 is upon us. Lloyd and I did apply to co-stream E3, and they said no. So, we probably won't be able to. Oh, you're 13? Okay, well, go watch somebody else, buddy. Like, there's other channels that like that kind of stuff. I'm an old guy. E3 is upon us. I didn't even say Google. I didn't even say the word Google. How did I make it go off? I don't know if you've ever seen it, Grace, but you should check out. There's a video where they're making fun of that song, and there's something about like Star Wars and George Lucas, and they like kind of redo the video to that game or movie or song. Good gravy. I will say, as somebody who has multiple Google Home devices in my house, I feel like they're getting dumber. Like, I ask it questions and it can't answer them sometimes, and it's driving me kind of bananas. Yeah, if you just type in somebody I used to know and Star Wars, I'm sure that you'll find it. See you later, Karate Guy Joe. Hey, I said it right that time. Keep them controllers charged. All right, everybody. That's it for today's show. Or it wasn't really a show. It was just a quick chat. All right. Have a good one. Bye, all.